Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Elizabeth, and I'm here to share information, tips, and ideas on how to improve yourself and how to live a happier and healthier life. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 lessons that you can learn from the rich and successful. Let's get started. All right, so number one, most are self-educators. They're interested in learning. They teach themselves. If there's something they want to learn about or something that they need to learn in order to help them grow as a person or to grow their business or whatever they're doing in their life, they learn it. They read to learn. They take material that will help their dreams and their goals come true on a day-to-day basis. People who are successful, they read daily and they read things that will help them be better. They read biographies. They read about personal development. They read about business. They read about financial education. They read about current events and things going on in the world. So if you want to be successful, be a reader, be a daily reader, and spend time learning. If there's something you want to learn about, go for it. Take action now. Number two, they follow the 80-20 rule. So when it comes to money, this means that they save at least 20% of their income and they spend 80% of it. There also is a 50-30-20 rule where it's 50% on needs, 20% on what they need to save, and 30% on wants. So you can follow either rule. You can also increase it. If you've ever heard of the FIRE movement or other wealthy people, the more money they make, the more they can save. But at least if you're saving 20%, you'll probably be okay. Now, what do you do with that? You don't just leave it in the bank. You invest. You invest in assets. You invest in the stock market. There's so many things you can do. Don't just have your money sit there, and also don't spend all of your money. No rich person spends all of their money and doesn't pay themselves first. No rich person does not have assets that work for them and that help them become wealthier. Number three, they chase their dreams. So what do you dream about? What do you want in your life? It could be different. It could be different for everybody. We all have different gifts and interests and things that we are blessed with and that come into our life or that are in our mind or in our vision or in our goals. What do you envision for your life? What do you want? Chase that dream. The world needs it. You need it. 80% of wealthy people are obsessed or were obsessed with their dreams. And a researcher noted that 55% spent a year or more pursuing one goal. So this also means that pursuing your goal takes time. They spent the time, they stayed with it, and they kept going to try to achieve their goal. But they didn't just put them aside. So if you have a goal, go for it. It's there for a reason, and embrace it and try to get there. Number four, they befriend successful people. Now, they do this, they associate with other successful people because they know that this is key to expanding their networks. It's key to expanding their knowledge. It's key to expanding their connections or finding people that could help each other out. You want to have these connections because it's critical for success. I've heard about this over and over and over again. And people might say it's not what you know, it's who you know. It is what you know, but it also is who you know. Sometimes people will have opportunities, or you could have this great business idea and you could have this set of skills, but then you need someone to fill the other set. And then eventually you talk to someone and you're like, oh, you have that other skill that I need. You actually have two skills that I need. Let's get started. Let's work together. So you never know what person could be a connection for you or how you could be someone who could help them. Sometimes you have this skill and you're like, I just wish I could get this position, or I really wish I could do this type of work. Go volunteer in that type of organization or go try those things. You'd be surprised and you'll find the right connections. So also go where you want to be. Be around people that are going to be in that situation. So if you want to be a successful business owner, go to like a business conference or go to that business. If you want to work in a specific initiative, go find a nonprofit that works for that. Get connected on LinkedIn. Find connections. There is power in people, and you need to find those connections. Number five, they don't quit. So most things in life are hard, especially good things, things that you want, things that you are trying to achieve. I know that there's things in my life that I'm like, oh, this is hard. And honestly, they find joy in that. They accept it. Sometimes you just need to accept this is what hard feels like. Alex Hormozy said that. This is what hard feels like. Oh, okay. And knowing that you have to do the hard things to get the work. They keep going. And so 3 traits were identified in every wealthy person who was pursuing a long-term goal. And these traits were focus, persistence, and patience. So they were focused on the goal. I've already talked about on my channel, being focused and honing in. What is the goal? What are the habits? What are the things I need to do to get there? And then persisting. So continuing that over and repeating the habits and repeating the actions and going, and then being patient and not losing that enthusiasm and going, this is going to take time. Typically, the things that are going to be the most rewarding take more time, especially in business and especially in goals. It takes a long time to build some of these habits, but stay with it. Remember, focus, persistence, and patience. Number 6, they do what they love. So according to research, 85% of the wealthy loved what they did for a living. Have you heard this from people? How many people do you know that love what they do? Wealthy people love what they do. There's a reason people say, find your passion, find what you're interested in. Can you make money doing something you don't like? Yes, but it's not sustainable. And is that really the life you want to live? I guess some people say, you know what, I'd rather make this salary and then I get to have the house or do the thing or go on the vacations. That's totally up to you. But most wealthy people, they end up finding something they're passionate about, because also then they're able to put in that work and put in that sacrifice and keep going and have that grit to continue and to not quit when things are hard. And if you're naturally interested in something, you're probably going to do more, and doing more usually leads to more good. Number 7, they're open-minded. So being open and learning and yearning to learn more every day. They want to grow. They want to welcome new ideas and possibilities and different ways of thinking. They're not just, this is the way. A lot of people I've seen in my life get stuck and are wanting to control or wanting to be a certain way, or they think they know it all. Be humble, be open and say, maybe you do know it, maybe you are right, but be open to someone else's idea. You never know what will happen there. And their thoughts evolve over time, allowing them to stand out from non-wealthy people, because you change. Like, you are who you are, but hopefully as you get older in life, you are growing and you are changing because you're learning more. Number 8, they're good listeners. So wealthy people tend to listen more than they talk. Number 1, this can go with your connections, and you can make different connections. You can learn about someone else and maybe what you could offer them or they could offer you, or it helps you build relationships, actually caring about someone and engaging and listening to them and getting to know their story. That is key for relationship building. And they listen more than they talk. And because of that, they end up learning more about the people around them. And like I said, it's great for connections. It's great for relationship building. People are everything. So listen and invest your time and your ears in them. Number 9, they don't waste time. So researchers have also found that 67% of the wealthy watch less than 1 hour of TV a day. I've said this in one of my previous videos, but it's so important. They spend their free time reading, networking, and volunteering. So they're learning, they're expanding their network base, they're volunteering, they're doing something good for the world, they're serving. So yes, they watch a little TV or they do some leisure activities, but most of the time they're investing in hobbies, they're investing in people, they're investing in skills and in education. And so definitely take note of that. Number 10, they are creative thinkers. So most wealthy people believe in creative thinking. Creativity allows rich people to create services and products that add value to society, hence reaping monetary rewards for themselves. So if you're creative, you're going to come up with solutions. You're going to come up with ideas. You're going to find new ways of doing things or of serving other people, which will potentially be more profitable and which will help you. So being a creative problem solver, I've talked about this in my other videos with kids and helping develop creativity and problem solving and critical thinking in them. This is one reason why. All right, so I hope that was helpful. That was 10 lessons that you can learn from the rich and successful. I will be sharing more. There's, of course, a multitude and a plethora of these things out there. And so any tips or advice that I could give to you from people who have been there and have done that, I will share that with you. So let me know in the comments below what you took away. If any of these tips or ideas stood out to you or particularly impacted you, let me know if you have any tips or suggestions in the comments below as well. Like and subscribe for more. I'll be sharing more information on how to improve yourself and how to live a happier and healthier life through financial education, emotional regulation, healthy eating, and all sorts of other things. Bye guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.